Okay, spawning in the top left position of the map that is Akalon Wastes as our yellow Zerg player. It is going to be County Esports Club's Vortix. And spawning in the bottom right position as our blue Zerg playing for Fnatic, it is Miniraser. So ZvZ, this is actually the first one that we've had today on stream, guys. Pretty not different at all from Wings of Liberty. It's basically the exact same matchup until lair attack. The buffs to Mutalisks and the nerfs to Infestors have really made it a matchup about the lair attack, about the Mutalisks getting the tiny little edges in the game that allow you to just get more Mutalisks and overpower your opponent with raw brute force. So it will be interesting to see how this pans out, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna actually have a pretty early pull here from Miniraser as well as a gas. He could be going for some kind of cheddar of possibly of the moldy variety. Now, Extractor will be finishing up rather soon. It looks like it's going to be basically a slow Ling Bane all-in. Typically, that's what this early of a setup is. The time it takes to get Zergling speed lets your opponent react to you, so you just get a Baneling nest as soon as you have 50 gas and just gun it. It's going to be interesting to see, though. There we have the 6 Zerglings on the way. The spawning pool is only now just halfway done for Vortix, so we should see once that 50 gas does hit. There's not really too much else you can do with this. There we go. That drone is headed down. Baneling nest is on the way, so this is going to be that gas, speedless, slowling, baneling all-in. And the gas is now being taken by Vortix, but now he'll see it. His ugly overlord will see his Zerglings running around. And, well, this is going to be a bit tricky to hold, of course. He does not have a spine crawler or anything of that sort just yet. He actually can't afford to make one because he's trying to get this queen out, so this is not going to be an easy hold for our Spanish Zerg player. Now the Zerglings are going to head up. He's going to try to force the cancel on the natural expansion before he does anything else. The Baneling Nest is about to complete, so he'll be able to get a couple of those out. This is not going to be easy by any means, continuing to rally Zerglings forward. The Baneling Nest is done, though. He's going to make 2 of them outside the natural expansion. We should see them prepare to run in towards that main base. He's not getting a spine crawler. He's really gutsy play. Perhaps he's expecting that it's just like a 10 pool and not a Baneling all-in. But now I think he's realizing how dire the situation is. He really needs to get a spine crawler up or 2, or he's just going to die. Now the Zerglings are going to commit. He gets 1 detonation. It kills 3 Lings. Not a bad trade, but now this Baneling is headed towards the mineral line. He wants her to juke him here. And there we go. Gets a great connection. Some of these Zerg drones are so weak, and now those Zerglings can completely cut them apart. Keep in mind there are more Zerglings available. A great hit by Miniraser, but Vortix is not dead yet. He still has a supply lead. If you look at the workers count, it is 9 drones for Miniraser versus 12 to Vortix. So Vortix is not dead. He's hanging in there, but he is not going to go down without a fight. So holding that as well as he did, he's actually be fine. If both Banelings had gotten off and gotten complete detonations, then that might have been game. But Miniraser fighting Vortix at the peak here. Oh my goodness, the Baneling getting so close. He manages to pull 1 Zergling, try to catch it away. Oh man, makes him burn a whole Baneling on only 2 Lings, so a good catch there by Vortix. He's held this pretty damn well. His drone count remains intact. The units tab is slightly more important in this scenario because the drones are really all that matter. But Vortix has had that drone lead for quite a while. Miniraser's trying to catch up on this, but Vortix is just going to build up a ton of units. He's getting his Zergling speed and just wasted another Baneling on the Queen. 1 hit point. How lucky is that? And now the Zerglings for Vortix are going to go counterattack. This is going to be very difficult for Vortix to lose, almost say at this point. There are no Banelings back at home for Miniraser. All of his Zerglings are abroad. He doesn't have a Queen to get injections off. He can't do anything to prepare himself for this. He's going to try to make a couple Banelings at home. He's getting a spine crawler, but is that going to be enough? With good control from Vortix, he should be able to just win this. So this is going to be crazy. The Zerglings are here. Speed is done. 2 Banelings about to complete. One of them gets a nice detonation off, kills about 4 Zerglings. The other one gets a whiff. There is a Spine Crawler here. He killed about half the Zerglings for Vortix, so not bad play by Miniraser. The slow links can hold us off for a while. He has the Banelings, but he's not going to be able to actually get up too much else to prepare himself in this kind of a scenario. So Vortix just needs to expand. And he has a Baneling nest, but he's going to make 1 Baneling, 2 Banelings. Making too many is going to be a bit ridiculous. He is going to expand, though. That's the most important part of this. He's going to try to engage the Banelings inside of Miniraser's mineral line and just try to kill everything. Just try to get big drone hits, but we'll have to see if he can get them. He's moving in now a little bit closer. The Zerglings just parked outside now. There's still no speed available for Miniraser. He's just been mining this gas and not able to do too much with it because of all the Banelings that he's made. So Zergling's going to get sent back home. And Vortix just kind of chilling here. Trying to see if he can snipe a Baneling or not, but will not be able to. And, ooh, actually pretty solid trade there for Miniraser. He's doing just fine. Vortix pulls the rest of his Zerglings back. He's going to take out these unbuildable rocks. And his expansion is quite far ahead of Miniraser, but Miniraser is now going to expand himself. Miniraser now also starting his own Zergling speed pretty damn late. So Vortix can actually get a lair almost whenever he wants with how much gas he has. So he'll make a couple of Banelings. Not terribly necessary in this scenario, but would really like to see a lair coming out of Vortix very, very soon. Or at least after a wave of drones or two from his natural hatchery. And there he is actually getting a supply block in Miniraser. Miniraser, not quite enough gas yet to really step into a lair or anything of that sort, especially since he needs to get Overlords up. He's going to move with some of these Zerglings. He's going to step out a little bit, but Vortix has a pretty solid defense here in the form of these 2 Spine Crawlers, so he's looking pretty solid. The Banelings are spread out in a good enough fashion to hold any number of Zerglings that can run in and storm the fort, but Roachborn coming in for Vortix. It looks like he might just want to try to kill Miniraser with a really, really big shove once he gets up a decent amount of minerals. And probably just see him get he's got these Overlords that are going to finish right around the same time as the Roachborn. So he's going to be able to put out a lot of units very, very quickly. And this is going to be Vortix's way of saying, hey, man, get out of this game. I held your cheese and put on a little bit of pressure on myself. This is going to be interesting to see how much damage these roaches can do. 7 on the way. 8 Banelings being made by Miniraser, though. I feel like this is a huge blunder on Miniraser's part. He's not really prepared at all. He has a bunch of Zerglings saved up that are going to run in, but there are Banelings ready for Vortix. Vortix has roaches that can tank Banelings very, very well. And remember, 2 Banelings kill a Baneling, so if he gets 2 Banelings into this whole mix, he can kill a lot of this. He spread himself off, partitioning into groups of 2, but there are Spine Crawlers here, as well as other Banelings, and now Vortix gonna move in, takes out a good number of the Lings, basically for free, and then the Roaches kill everything else. GG, Vortix takes game number 6. So a great hold on that attack from Vortix. Really just dealt with it too well. I honestly, when the first Baneling got in there and detonated and sent all those drones to like 5 health, totally thought the game was over, but apparently it wasn't. Vortix held it very well, kept the drone lead somehow, controlling himself perfectly enough to be able to steal that win. Great game, and we'll get to, I think, game number 7. I can't count, so I'm sorry. As soon as we can, guys. Don't go anywhere.